Welcome to our 19th episode of Child Sexual Abuse Prevention by Zina podcast. I'm your host, Zina Poncel. Today's podcast is about online sexual predators targeting our children. I touched on this subject a little bit in previous podcasts involving human trafficking, specifically through the CSEC component of it, which was the commercial sexual exploitation of children. Today, I'm going to dig deeper and provide you with additional information that will cover online grooming, the key stages of online grooming, methods used by the predators to target our kids. I'm going to provide you with some prevention tips on how to better protect our kids. I'll go over the different types of parental controls that you can utilize to help keep your children safe from online predators. We're also going to go over where most of the online sexual predators in the world come from that are targeting our kids. Okay, wonderful people, here we go. First, let's go over online grooming. Online grooming is a manipulative process where predators, often posing as friends or peers, build a relationship with the child online with the intention of exploiting them. This exploitation can take various forms, such as sexual abuse, exploitation, or trafficking. Key stages of online grooming are targeting, gaining trust, feeling need, isolation, sexualization, and control and exploitation. Now, I'm going to take a second and kind of cruise through what those mean, okay? So the first one was targeting. The predator identifies a potential victim, often by looking for children who appear vulnerable or who share personal information online. Now, this can be a child who's put online that they're having a bad day. Their parents don't understand them, excuse my squeaky voice, but they're having a problem with their friends. These predators look for kids that are appearing online to be unhappy or alone, and they will target them. Gaining trust was another one. The predator builds a rapport with the child, often by pretending to have similar interests or by offering sympathy and understanding. This may involve flattery, gifts, or attention that the child might not be receiving elsewhere. Now, I'm going to go back up a little bit where it says the predator may build rapport, maybe by having similar interests. Y'all, this is so easy for a predator to do to a vulnerable child. All they've got to say is, hey, my name is so-and-so. What kind of movies do you like? Or what's your favorite animal? And they might say a dog or a horse. And the predator might go, oh my gosh, that's my favorite animal too. What's your favorite color? Maybe purple. Purple is my favorite color too. What's your favorite movie? They may name a favorite movie. I'm going to put Nemo out there. Finding Nemo. Oh, the cool little fish. I love Finding Nemo too. All of a sudden, your child feels like they have got a new best friend. And that is how easy it is for a predator to target and gain trust of your child. That is so easy. All they have to do is agree with whatever your child likes. And all of a sudden, the predator likes it too. And boom. Again, it's like your child has a new best friend online, somebody that gets them in their mind. Okay, let's look at the next one. Feeling needs. Predators often try to fulfill emotional, psychological, or even material needs that the child may have. They might act as a confidant, offering support or love that the child feels is lacking in their life. Isolation. The predator may encourage the child to distance themselves from friends and family, often by convincing them that their relationship is special and secret. This makes the child more dependent on the predator. Sexualization. The predator gradually introduces sexual content or conversations to desensitize the child. This might include sharing explicit material, asking for sexual images, or discussing sexual topics under the disguise of educating the child. Now I'm going to crawl back into my forensic interview days. And what we're talking about today is online, on the internet, not face-to-face with the child. But this is triggering some of my past forensic interviews as far as educating the child, because there has been some past interviews that I've done where the sex offender, which usually the child knew, would start showing the child pictures and videos and say, hey, this is what grown-ups do, and teach the child how to do inappropriate things with the predator. Core in exploitation. Once trust is fully established, the predator may coerce or manipulate the child into engaging in sexual activities, either online, such as sharing those explicit photos, or arranging meetings in person. Your child could be sharing photos, inappropriate photos online, and may have been doing it for a while, and you may not know anything about it. And also you hear about these kids that just literally walk out of their house and never are seen again. This is where the predators are talking them into leaving the house. So they're not drug out kicking and screaming by these offenders. Don't get me wrong. There are some that are, and they share the location and everything else. Of course, it's real easy to find out where somebody lives nowadays, talking to them on the internet. But there's many kids that the predator has gone through this whole process of gaining trust, feeling that little need, isolating them, and finally controlling them and literally talking them into walking right out of their house. Some of the methods that are used by these online predators are they create fake profiles or identities or personas, whatever you want to call it, to appear as someone that the child would trust. Also, they engage with the children in spaces where they're likely to communicate freely, such as social media platforms, gaming sites, or chat rooms. They'll use the child's emotions against them, such as guilt, fear, or love to gain compliance. They'll encourage the child to keep their interactions secret, often by telling them that others wouldn't understand their special relationship. Now let's talk about how to protect our children from these online sexual predators. Online grooming is a serious threat, and awareness is key to preventing it. If grooming is suspected, it should be reported to law enforcement immediately. Now, let's move into how to better protect our children from these internet bad guys. Protecting children from online sexual predators involves a combination of education, communication. I've mentioned communication several times through all of my little podcasts. Technology and vigilance. Here are some key strategies. Educate children about online safety. Discuss risks openly. Teach children about the dangers of interacting with strangers online and the importance of not sharing personal information such as their real name, address, school, or photos. Explain grooming tactics. Make sure they understand that predators might try to befriend them by pretending to be someone their age or with similar interests. Establish rules. Set clear guidance for what is appropriate online behavior, including which sites and apps are allowed and which types of communication are off limits. Now we're going to encourage open communication. Foster trust. Create an environment where children feel comfortable sharing their online experiences without fear of punishment. Reassure them that if they come to you with anything unusual or anything that makes them feel uncomfortable online, they are not in trouble. Because I'm telling you right now, if they feel like they're in trouble, they're not going to go to you. They're not going to go to you. You and I both know we've been online before, and sometimes inappropriate pictures just pop up from all these hackers and stuff that are trying to put viruses in your computer. Click here to win $1 million, or click here for updated health insurance, or click here to win that Xbox, or whatever hook and line the hacker is putting on the internet to try to subject your computer to a virus. You click on the X and your computer's gone then. Everything just starts downloading, and often inappropriate pictures may pop up. If this were to happen to your child, they're not going to come to you. They're going to think they did something wrong. So please be sure you have open communication with your child. Let them know. If someone makes you feel uncomfortable on the internet, just like if you're face-to-face and you feel uncomfortable with somebody, our kids can feel uncomfortable, and we can too, with things that may pop up on the internet, or if somebody's speaking to us on the internet. We can still feel uncomfortable even though there's a screen between us. Be sure your kids know if anything on the internet, whether it be through their gaming devices, their computers, their iPads, tablets, whatever, their phones, anything makes them feel uncomfortable, they need to let you know. They need to let you know. And that they are not in trouble. All right, regular check-ins. Frequently ask about their online activities, who they're talking to, and what they're doing on their devices. Teach them to recognize red flags. Help children understand warning signs such as someone asking them to keep secrets, someone sending them inappropriate content, or pressuring them to meet in person. Be sure your kids know these signs. Please know that before I begin going over these built-in parental controls on devices, I personally have not gone through each and every one of these to check them out. I am just putting information out here for you to follow up on, if you so choose. And I am not a techie person. I'm an old chick, and I do the best I can. I know a little bit about the internet. I used to teach internet safety classes, but as far as the technical component of it, I'm not your girl, all right? But I will provide you with some information. So here we go. Built-in parental controls on devices. Your smartphones and your tablets. Most smartphones and tablets have built-in parental control settings. In Apple, you can use the screen time feature to set content restrictions, limit app usage, and monitor time spent on the device. In Android, use the Family Link app to manage content, set screen time limits, and then track the child's location. Let's talk about computers. On Windows, the Microsoft Family Safety app allows you to set screen time limits, content filters, and monitor online activity across Windows devices. On your Mac computers, you can use the screen time feature to set restrictions on app usage, limit website access, and monitor your child's activities. Your game consoles, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo all offer parental control settings that allow you to restrict access to certain games, manage chat features, and set playtime limits. Parental control software. These are third-party applications. Numerous software solutions offer comprehensive parental controls across multiple devices. Now, I don't know how to say this. It looks like Qustodio. It's Q-U, it's not even E in it, Qustodio. It provides real-time monitoring, app blocking, location tracking, and screen time limits for devices, including smartphones, tablets, and computers, so it kind of goes across the board on some of them. Net Nanny features include web filtering, app management, screen time control, social media monitoring, and it works across a variety of devices as well. Bark, now I've heard of Bark, and I've heard of Net Nanny. And the next one I'm fixing to mention to you, I've heard a lot of positives about Bark. I have never used it, but I have heard about it. Focuses on monitoring text, emails, and social media platforms for signs of cyberbullying, online predators, and other risky behaviors. It also provides alerts to parents about potential issues. Now, I like the alert component of it. And that's Bark, B-A-R-K. I guess like a tree bark, B-A-R-K. Kaspersky, that's K-A-S-P-E-R-S-K-Y. Kaspersky, if I said it correctly, Safe Kids. Kaspersky Safe Kids offers content filtering, app control, GPS tracking, and real-time alerts. That's another one that has alerts built in. It is a more affordable option with a wide range of features. Content filtering and safe browsing. Some web filters you can check out. Tools like OpenDNS or Clean Browsing can block access to inappropriate websites and protect against harmful content. Safe Search. You can enable safe search on Google or other search engines to filter out explicit content from search results. YouTube Kids. Use the YouTube Kids app, which provides a safer environment for children to watch videos by filtering out inappropriate content. I have utilized the YouTube Kids app several times. Let's look at some app-specific controls. You have social media apps. Most social media platforms offer some level of parental control or privacy settings. Under Facebook, you can use the Facebook Family Center to guide your child's usage, set time limits, and manage who can contact them. Under Instagram, you can use the Family Center on Instagram to set up time limits, approve followers, and manage who can send direct messages to your child. Under TikTok, you can enable the family pairing feature to link your child's account to yours, set screen time limits, and manage direct messaging. I'm thinking I'm liking this family pairing feature where you can link your child's account to yours. The next little bit I'm going to talk about is where are these online sexual predators from that are targeting our kids? And I know that they're globally, I just pulled up a little information I wanted to share. Online sexual predators targeting children, they come from a wide range of geographic locations, and their distribution can vary based on the platform, language, and the region. However, some trends and general observations can be noted. Developed countries with high internet penetration, which would be the United States, Europe, Canada, and Australia. So under the United States, a significant number of online predators originate from the United States, largely due to its large population, high internet penetration, and the widespread use of social media and online platforms. Now, as far as Europe, countries in Western Europe, including the UK, Germany, and France, also see a notable presence of online predators, again, due to high internet usage and access to global platforms. Canada and Australia, similar to the United States and Europe, these countries have high internet penetration rates and access to a wide array of digital communication tools. Now, here's some countries with looser cyber regulations. As far as Eastern Europe, there's some countries in Eastern Europe, such as Russia and Ukraine, that have been identified as sources of cyber crime, including online exploitation. The combination of high technical skill and less stringent enforcement in certain areas can contribute to this issue. In looking at Southeast Asia, countries like the Philippines and Thailand are known for being hubs of online sexual exploitation, including the live streaming of abuse. Yes, you heard what I said, the live streaming of abuse of our children. This is often driven by economic factors, with predators taking advantage of vulnerable populations. Now, as far as emerging digital economics, you have India and, Brazil and Latin America. So as far as India, with the rapid growth of internet access in India, there's been an increase in online predators originating from that country. The vast population and growing use of social media contribute to this trend. Brazil and Latin America, there's similar trends, and they're seen in parts of Latin America where increased internet access and economic disparities can lead to higher instances of online exploitation. Okay, what about anonymous networks in the dark web? Predators often use anonymizing technologies such as VPNs, Tor, which is T-O-R, or the dark web to obscure their real location. As a result, it can be challenging to pinpoint their exact origins. These networks can be accessed from anywhere in the world, further complicating the identification of specific geographic hotspots. Global networks, transnational crime. Many predators operate in networks that span multiple countries, making it difficult to identify them as originating from one specific location. They may communicate and collaborate with other predators globally, exchanging materials and techniques. With global platforms, social media sites, messaging apps, and online gaming platforms that are popular worldwide are often used by predators, making the issue global rather than confined to specific countries. The global nature of these platforms means predators can target children from anywhere, literally anywhere in the world, regardless of their own location. Interpol, that's INTERPOL, in case you want to look it up, and Europol, which is EUROPOL, reports. These organizations have documented cases where online predators have been arrested in various countries across the world. Their reports highlight the global nature of the problem, with no single country being the sole source of such predators. Online sexual predators can and do come from all over the world. The global nature of the internet means that predators are not confined by geographic boundaries, making it a worldwide issue. High internet penetration, economic factors, and the presence of anonymous networks contribute to the distribution of online predators, making vigilance and international cooperation essential in combating this threat. Please keep a good close eye on your kids of all ages, monitoring their online use. I know that can be very difficult. Please remind your kids this is not to target your kids. This is because other people are targeting your kids. And the biggest thing to me is educate your kids. Go to some of those websites that I mentioned before, and they're even on the description on the podcast. You gather your information, you do your homework, you find out what works best for you and your family in trying to protect your kids. Please keep in mind, all of these sexual predators have complete access to your child if you do not get some parental controls on your online devices. And be sure your child knows that they are not in trouble. You are trying to protect them. Let's wrap this up. I hope this helped a little bit. My main message to you is continue to protect your kids face-to-face and on the internet. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you and your children know about online sexual predators, the safer your kids will be. And probably the safer your kids' friends will be, because your kids are going to talk. Shoot me an email at csapreventionbyzina, that's Zina, at gmail.com if you would like some additional information or you have any questions. Remember, whether you learn about child sexual abuse from me or someone else, please learn it from somewhere. There's some very informative podcasts, blogs, and probably local education on the subject offered right in your community. Just check around. Please don't forget to take good care of you. Remember, you are important and you matter. And of course, you know what I'm going to say. Thanks for looking out for all those kids out there, from babies to tweens to teens. I look forward to tossing some more information your way next week. Have a wonderful weekend.
Don't forget me say, I appreciate it.